Members of the Liquor Licensing Board will evaluate the new applications and come up with new strategy on how to reduce the number of bars as they restrain opening of new bars.
We cannot afford to be corrupt on this exercise. Otherwise, whoever will be caught engaging in corruption so that they can license this bar, I think appropriate action will be taken, and a very stern one for that matter. If you compare the numbers of bars and the number of schools, you'll be shocked. One, you take a sub-county like Katanga. At the moment, we have 349 bars or alcoholic outlets against 92 schools. Take another example of Kahuro. Kahuro, we have 218 alcoholic outlets against 70 primary schools and 42 secondary schools. We have already commenced and intensified crackdown. Over the weekend, we have arrested many people in connection with dealing with illicit brew, people selling outside the stipulated hours, others selling drugs like banks, and we are aware even some chemists are also selling some drugs to our youths. And we are on high alert. That is something that we are dealing with, and we will continue to deal with it until we eradicate the menace.
As a county government, we really want to involve the national government and also the public health. We want to be as fair as possible to ensure we close down those outlets that are not worth being there. Because we have realized we have even some bars in the villages, we have some bars even near the residential houses, even some bars near schools. So with the public health laws, we are very, very sure that one is doable and is going to reduce it to a manageable level.
Elsewhere, health workers in Kirinyaga County have asked Governor Anne Waiguru to reinstate 359 medics that lost their jobs in the year 2019 after failing to heed to the county government's call to resume duty. Officials from the Kenya Medical Practitioners, Pharmacists and Dentists Union, KMPDU, and Kenya National Union of Nurses, KNUN, has said the governor should heed to a court order to reinstate the medics. In addition, KMPDU Central Region Chairperson James Gidenji said the court also ordered the county government to clear the arrears after reinstating them. Kirinyaga County has a total of 72 doctors after 33 others were sacked, raising the ratio of doctors to patients to 1 to 8,500, contrary to the World Health Organization recommended ratio of 1 to 1,000 patients. On her part, KMPDU Treasurer Caroline Maura raised concerns over delayed promotion of health workers since the year 2017.
Silence. It's good to know that the fact that they are silent does not mean they are not suffering. It's only that they have been intimidated to an extent that they are not able to talk. And we are here to talk on their behalf, and we are telling Governor Waiguru that your health workers in your facilities are very demotivated. They are so down, having not been promoted for the last almost 10 years now. The last promotion having done in the previous government, and they are so down. And you're telling her that once demotivated, working becomes an issue altogether. And also we have an issue of the health workers who are dismissed during the last time, like 5 years ago, and the court orders, we have several court orders who have been directing Governor Waiguru and her government to make sure that they are reinstated.
Of the WHO ratio of the doctors to patients is supposed to be 1 doctor for every 1,000 patients. In Kirinyaga today, we have one doctor per every 8,500 people of Kirinyaga. Looking at those ratios, you see that these people are overworked. And a person who is being overworked cannot be able to give excellent results as expected.
Now let us shift gears, whereby Isiolo County Senator Fatuma Dolo has rubbished calls for mass action by Azimio la Umoja coalition led by Raila Odinga to set to resume after the holy month of Ramadan. Fatuma warned that the chaos will derail efforts to bring back the country's economy and suggested that parliamentary negotiations will have been most appropriate considering the economic state of the country. According to Fatuma Dolo, most hooligans are taking the demonstration as an opportunity to loot and disrupt innocent Kenyans going about their businesses.
Kama watu wanataka solution, wakae chini. Kama Azimio wanaona ya kwamba kuna shida ya wananchi na wanataka kutatua, kwenda barabarani haileti solution. Kwenda barabarani haileti chakula kwa meza. Wakienda barabarani, wale ambayo wako na biashara kidogo, hiyo biashara pia inasimama. Kuna wale wanapora katika wale ambaye wako na biashara ndogo ndogo. Kuna wale ambaye wameuawa, na ukiona wale ambayo wamepata jeraha, hakuna mtu ambaye anaweza kusimamia hawa. So kwa hivyo hakuna suluhu ambaye demonstration inaleta. Ninaona wengine wanasema people's president. People's president ametoka wapi? People's president ambaye tunaona ambaye amechaguliwa na serikali ya Kenya na koti imepitiza ni William Samoei Ruto. So Raila Amolo Odinga ni personal president binafsi. So kwa hivyo apeleke demonstration yake pahali ambapo anataka, lakini sisi wengine kama tumechaguliwa hatutaki mambo ya demonstration. Tuko na shida nyingi na lazima tuone namna tutatatua hiyo shida katika Kenya.
Moving on, with just a few days left to the World Malaria Day celebrations slated for the 25th of April, the Ministry of Health, World Health Organization, USAID and other partners from the private sector today joined hands to launch the Kenya Malaria Elimination Plan 2021 to 2023 and other tools that outline the implementation pathway of malaria elimination in the country. Have a look.
The country has made progress against malaria through implementation of several interventions targeted at various areas of the country. In the last decade, we have reduced the prevalence of malaria by over 50%, and the number of new malaria cases has also significantly decreased. Several counties have consistently recorded very low incidence of malaria, and this provides an opportunity to implement malaria elimination in these counties. This year's World Malaria Day theme is Time to Deliver Zero Malaria, Invest, Innovate and Implement. Underscores the urgent need for the action and further investment to achieve zero malaria illness and deaths. It highlights the importance of maximizing current investments by expanding the existing interventions, celebrating the research community's efforts, and encouraging more investments in impactful tools.
We provide $600 million each year of health funding to Kenya. And as partners with the people and the government of Kenya, the United States President's Malaria Initiative, led by the U.S. Agency for International Development and implemented in collaboration with the U.S. Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, has been supporting Kenya in its goals to control and eliminate malaria since 2007. In that time, we're talking about 16 years, through our strong partnerships with the National Malaria Program and the government of Kenya, the President's Malaria Initiative has invested $500 million.
To share some statistics. In terms of malaria cases, there were about 247 million malaria cases in the world, with 234 million of these being recorded in Africa, so 95% of the cases. In terms of malaria death, there were 619,000 global malaria deaths, and 593,000 of these deaths were in Africa, so again, 95% of malaria death.
From that, Transport Cabinet Secretary Kipchumba Murkomen is currently addressing members of Parliament, responding to their inquiries on the floor of the House. Murkomen is also outlining the state of our roads as well as the safety measures being put in place to curb traffic accidents. Now, away from that, President Ruto's daughter, Charlene, has urged youths in the creative arts industry to explore agricultural content by educating fellow youths on agri-business. Charlene, who was speaking in Embu County during the marking of the first County Creative Arts Week, Ms. Ruto urged the youth to be aggressive in exploiting the inherent skills and talents to transform their lives. Ruto's daughter, a youth affairs champion, further urged the youth to be aggressive and grab any available opportunity.
A good example, these are the transition. Begin. Now, may God help us not to be bahati. Think yourselves. Think big. Start small. Now, let's pray.
Now, transport, also away from that, apologies for that. Now, National Museums of Kenya and the Forest Service will sign a memoranda of understanding on protecting our forest. This is a national tree growing campaign for accelerated achievement and maintenance of over 30% tree cover by the year 2032. We are currently joined with our Nakuru-based reporter Chichi Josephine to keep us up to tabs to what is happening.
Wakati mwingine kama weekend, mimi najiachilia.
Hata ukumbuki history.
Nikifika watu wangu tu wakinipokea na kupokeleka.
Umeset the mood.
Nimeset the mood. Naweza kupokeleka. Nikitumai kwamba mzima popote pale ulipo, nikikukaribisha katika kipindi Mfahamu Kiongozi. Jina langu Elizabeth Mutuku. Katika kipindi Mfahamu Kiongozi tunakupa nafasi kutangamana nao kila siku ya Alhamisi kuanzia saa 1:30 kuendelea siku nyingine. Tutapatana papa hapa umjue kiongozi mwingine.
Jiunge nasi toka hapa hadi ufuoni mwa bahari. Meli yetu itakapotua nanga kwa uhondo ribo ya riwaya hii mwisho wa kosa. Monica.
It's early morning in Maralal. Start your morning informed, educated, entertained, and above all, know your country. From the beautiful plains of Samburu County to the skyscrapers of Nairobi, Morning Cafe certainly got you covered. Indeed, a beautiful place to watch and certainly a moment of understanding and knowing your country. Indeed, to the remotest part of every county. Join me, Linda Alela, every weekday from 6 a.m. to 9:30 a.m.
The diversity of Kenya's wildlife has garnered international fame.
This is pellets that we give to the tourists, the giraffes. We ration because we don't want the giraffes to eat too much of this. We want them to have more of the natural browse.
We may not always get the opportunity to go out to see the wildlife, but you'll never miss the opportunity to see it from the comfort of your couch.
This is home to animals that have been found out there either injured, abandoned, or confiscated from people who are holding them illegally.
Only on TV 47 Wildlife, every Sunday at 7:30 p.m. Every Sunday at 7:30 p.m.
Disability is a club that anyone can join.
Welcome back and thank you for keeping it TV47. Earlier we were trying to link up with our reporter in Nakuru, Chichi Josephine, whereby she was following up on the National Museum of Kenya and the Kenya Forest Service will sign a memorandum of understanding on protecting our forest. This is a national tree growing campaign for accelerated achievement and maintenance of over 30% tree cover by the year 2032. We are joined by our very own Nakuru-based reporter Chichi Josephine to keep us up to tabs to what is happening. Chichi, what is the latest from your end?
Yeah, Mwige, thank you very much, and we're currently coming live to you from the Hyrax Museum, and it's also a prehistoric site here in Nakuru County. And remember, the Kenya Museums of Kenya, together with the Kenya Forest Service, are signing, or rather have already signed, the Memorandum of Understanding. This is in conjunction with the tree campaign, or rather the tree planting campaign, to achieve the 30% tree cover by 2032. And therefore, remember, I am joined by the PS for Culture and Heritage, that is Madam Omi Mohammed, of whom I will be talking to in a few, just to tell us on what will be happening, or rather what has happened right here, and their target, and of course what kind of target they are reaching out. Remember, this is in conjunction with what President William Ruto said, that it is, or rather the country will be able to plant 15 billion trees come 2030. Therefore, allow me join that the PS, that is Omi Mohammed. Thank you very much. This is TV47 and we're coming live to you. And remember, I saw what you just did today, and of course you were signing a memorandum of understanding. Kindly tell us the content in that particular memorandum, and probably give us more content on what has happened, right?
Okay. So the MOU was a show of partnership between my State Department of Culture and Heritage, and also the State Department of Forestry, whereby we are embarking on the green culture movement, which embodies the aspect of community development and planting 1 million trees across our heritage sites, our museums, and our monuments. It also entails that we shall mobilize these seedlings to go all around the country, and the people in charge shall be our curators. So for us, it is a big step, because we are actually implementing the President's promise to curb and fight climate change by planting 15 billion trees in 10 years. Hyrax Museum is a very important museum to our NMK. And there is the aspect of land grabbing that I want to emphasize on, that I've spoken about. All across our museums, there seems to be the indiscipline of land grabbers going round, and that has to come to an end. It will not be business as usual under my watch, and neither will it be the same under the President's watch. This will come to an end. We shall construct perimeter walls across all our museums to safeguard our heritage sites, so that the thieves can stop this. And I shall also embark, together with my legal department, the acting Director General of the museum, to ensure that we take legal action and get back whatever land that has been grabbed by the land grabbers.
And probably in conjunction with this, about the tree planting, how many trees have you been able to set aside for planting?
Yeah, so today we have set aside 1 million trees and seedlings for planting across our 150 heritage sites, monuments, and museums. So that's a big deal for us. That's why all our curators are here to witness and take that responsibility very, very seriously. Yeah.
And of course, in this particular prehistoric site, that is the Hyrax, of course, the allegations have been going on that it's kind of dormant. What are the plans that you have to probably revive this particular museum in the prehistoric site?
That's a very good question. First of all, my slogan has been making culture cool again. And the way that I, together with my team, intend to make culture cool again is by ensuring that we have a digital marketing platform that will encourage our youths to visit all our heritage sites. Hyrax Museum is a beautiful site. It's a historic site. But the disadvantage is that it's quite hidden. So what we shall do is to ensure that we have mappings and banners all across Nakuru. Nakuru aside, on social media, we shall use our Twitter platform, our Instagram, our Facebook, and the magazines to ensure that we call people to visit our heritage sites, not just Hyrax, but across the country, starting from the coast to western to Turkana, where we have the cradle of humankind. That's where the Turkana boy was found. So that is something that we shall capitalize on as an asset in this country. Thank you.
Thank you so much, PS. Therefore, Muige, that is the PS for Culture and Heritage. Umi Mohammed was here, and like I told you initially, is that they were signing a memorandum of understanding between the Kenya Museums of Kenya and the Kenya Forest Service, and of course that has already happened. And remember, this is an issue that I'll be following up, and of course I'll be able to update our viewers to what has happened and of course what will happen way later, and we shall be able to update them, of course, more on what she has talked about. We shall do more interview, and of course that will be happening later in the day in our 7 and 9 p.m. news. Over to you, Moige. My name is Chichi Josephine.
Thank you, Chichi, for that. Quite a noble cause being undertaken there by people in Nakuru County. Now, switching gears, Wamushomba now wants the DCI to launch investigation to establishment of how the management of Komotai Farmers Cooperative Society reportedly embezzled 19 million shillings belonging to farmers. The legislator representing Githunguri spoke during a special general meeting convened by farmers after the management declined to call for annual general meetings since the year 2019, regretted that the society had collapsed due to corruption. Henceforth, the Member of Parliament revealed the coffee produce will be sold directly to buyers or through auction, and payment made to farmers in 3 days as efforts to revive the major income earner for Kenya takes shape. Joseph Kimani, a farmer, lauded the move to send the old management home, regretting that as a result of their poor performance and mismanagement, their coffee incomes had significantly dropped.
Pia hawa watu wamekuwa kwa ofisi kwa njia ambayo si ya kisheria. Wale ambao wote wamekuwa kwa ofisi na ambao tumefukuza siku ya leo walichaguliwa kwa njia ambayo haikuwa halali. Ambalo tumezungumzia zaidi ni juu ya coffee mill. In Kiambu hakuna society ingine ambayo iko na mill. Lakini kwa muda sasa tangu hii kamati ingie, hii mill imekuwa white elephant. Haifanyi kazi kwa sababu ya uongozi mbaya. Pia kuna fertilizer ambayo tulipewa na our former governor Dr. James Nyoro, na ambayo tulikuwa tumeifanya iwe revolving fund. Wakati walichaguliwa, walienda wakachukua shilingi milioni zetu 3 ambazo zilikuwa kwa benki ya Tai, wakatumia bila idhini ya wakulima.